herb in my brain. So bring the medication for my brain to heal the whole of the nation from the pain and break up all the circles and the chains. I need some meditation in my brain. So bring the medication for my brain to heal the whole of the nation from the pain. Break up all the circles and the chains. Hey, no, this could never be no man killer. Good for my head, so me call it as the man killer. When me ill, you know me never need a painkiller. It's quite exciting, me call it as the man chiller. Give me good man, so me no think illa. What a inspiration, fit on a sound killer. Fit the pagan, me spark it like a 9 miller. Fi fight the liquor and the coke, ganja and the pillar. That's why me need some herb in my brain. So bring the medication for my brain to heal the whole of the nation from the pain.
All of us gathered here should never forget the famous admonition of the iconic Jamaican reggae star Peter Tosh, when he said, and I quote, "Don't care where you come from. As long as you're a black man, you're an African."
President of the Republic of Ghana.
International Airport. So, as the man you see here, the lanky man with the GOC president, all of them are here. It's just going to have a feel of the people here, and so it's good, and you see him turn gradually to come and see us, and so the gentleman has arrived. Asafa Powell is in town with a wife. Asafa Powell is in town. Massive welcome, massive welcome, massive welcome. Alongside the GOC president and other dignitaries here, massive. And so very soon we'll see him pull us, we'll see him come. Very soon we'll see him here. And so he'll be coming. Very soon he will be moving here. And so again, every profile about him will do the trick. That indeed, he happens to be the fastest man. I can see the MPC president and the president for the Africa Paralympic Committee here in our midst. And so you can see him as he walks majestically. With us here. So, yes. So this is the man we're talking about. This is Asafa Powell with the rest of them. We say a big welcome to Ghana. And so, just a step back for us, for the media to have a feel of you. And so, as you come here, please hear for us. Ghana media, we are all here. And so, we say welcome, Akwaba.
Thank you. Oh, it feels good, This is a welcome that is fit for a king, and I feel at home when, now I'm here, with my wife, and I'm very excited. Well, I've always wanted to come here, always from, ever since I started my career in track and field, but I wanted to come here to compete at first, but, now I'm retired, my wife, I have the opportunity to come here to visit with my wife now and to see where she's from, where she grew up, and, to get to experience some of the culture. Yeah, man, I need to find my roots. I need to know where I'm from.
Thank you, Medase.
Okay, how has the reception been like for you?
Really, really great. This is so amazing, and I'm so happy to have my husband see where I was born and raised. So we're very happy to be here.
How many years, how many months have you been convincing him to really touch down on the real scene?
Since we got married, since we got together, I was like, you have to go to Ghana. So we're finally made it here. And hopefully next time we can have our whole family and our kids here with us.
Hold on, know that it's time to be strong. Let's all believe in the future. Together we can move on. Hey, raise up your voice and be heard. Calling every generation, all over together.
I was today years old when I found out.
It was a typical night at the movie theater in Singapore, until suddenly, a man in the audience suffered a heart attack. Panic set in as the audience watched the man struggle for his life. Doctors and assistants rushed to the scene, desperately trying to save him. And then, a miracle happened. The two medical professionals quickly sprang into action, slapping the man's inner elbow. Within just 2 minutes, the man had recovered. This amazing technique is captured in this video and serves as a critical lesson in emergency situations. Heart attacks can strike suddenly and leave people feeling helpless. Many people die on their way to the hospital, but you can help save a life. By slapping the inner elbow of the left hand, you can stimulate the 3 acupressure points around the heart and lungs. This helps to accelerate blood circulation, make a person feel warm, and stop sweating. This simple technique can increase body temperature, prevent the accumulation of blood clots, and facilitate blood circulation. It's important to remember to take the person to the hospital immediately after applying this method. But it's not just for emergencies. By touching the inside of the left elbow every day, you can prevent heart disease and reduce the incidence of heart attacks. Small efforts can make a big difference. Share this vital information with all your friends and family. Remember, small actions can save lives.
Well then, I grade. You need ya, hey, I need some herb in my brain. So bring the medication for my brain to heal the whole of the nation from the pain and break up all the circles and the chains. I need some meditation in my brain. So bring the medication for my brain to heal the whole of the nation from the pain. Break up all the circles and the chain. Hey, no, this could never be no man killer. Good for my head.
All right, we are exactly a day away from King Charles's coronation, and London is ready to host its biggest and grandest event in nearly 70 years. People across the globe have gathered on the streets of London to witness this historic event. And it seems that not everyone, though, is delighted to see King Charles on the throne, or as a matter of fact, the whole idea of monarchy in the 21st century. In the latest to the row, Jamaica and Belize have now joined the movement to abolish the British monarchy, the British monarch as the head of their state. Now, according to reports, Jamaica and Belize may soon split ties with the British monarchy. Earlier, Jamaican Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs, Madeline Malahoo, had said that the country plans to become a republic as early as 2024. Now, she told a British media outlet that while the United Kingdom is preparing for the coronation of King Charles III, Jamaica is actually preparing a new constitution, which will now affect the ties between the two nations. She also intends to bring a bill in front of the Jamaican Parliament by the middle of May. And if the bill were to pass the referendum, then referendum could of course take place by 2024. Now, according to the minister, the Jamaican people felt a certain level of affection towards the late Queen Elizabeth II, but that affection seems to be absent for King Charles III, while adding that the people are not willing to accept the British royal family owing to a series of scandals that they've got involved in. Meanwhile, the Belizean Prime Minister Johnny Briceno has also indicated an intention to become a republic. He has criticized the United Kingdom's government for failing to apologize for the years of slave trade in the kingdom's past. Now, back home, things are not okay for King Charles as well, as an earlier poll had shown that nearly 3 out of 10 Britons think that the monarchy is important, and this is the lowest proportion on record. Now, according to a survey by the National Centre for Social Research, the public support for the monarchy has in fact fallen to a historic low. And around 45% of the respondents say that the monarchy is not very important, and many have in fact gone on and have said that monarchy needs to be abolished altogether.
Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your contacts. Thank you.
We are the countries of Africa, our planet's second largest continent right after Asia. We are the countries of Africa. There are 54 countries presently that we will teach ya. My name's Mali, my capital Bamako's really hot. I'm Mauritania, my capital is Nouakchott. My name's Mauritius, my capital's Port Louis, how's that? I am Morocco, my capital's name is Rabat. Mozambique is my name, my capital is Maputo. I am Namibia, Windhoek's my capital. Niger is my name, my capital is Niamey. I am Nigeria, my capital's Abuja, here to stay.
Greetings, brothers and sisters and cousins of the other races who support our struggle for economic liberation. Welcome to another episode of the Black Economic Network channel. My name is Neville Farkey, and I'm the coordinator of this channel. This segment is about the largest companies in Africa, the top 50 in 2018. And this segment is about those that were owned by African governments or African citizens being the majority shareholders. The reference for this information is Think Africa, largest companies in Africa, top 100. And it's based on a survey undertaken done in 2018. Of this total, 25% were subsidiary of major groups of companies, mainly foreign-owned multinational corporations. 50% had local origin and 40% were publicly listed and 60% privately owned. In this list, we will provide a sample of the largest companies in Africa ranked by their size. Next country is Nigeria, and Nigeria has only one of the top 50 companies, and that's the Dangote group of companies, and it's number 39 in the top 50. And this group of companies, it's a multinational industrial conglomerate owned by brother Aliko Dangote, who is currently the richest man in Africa. The company employed over 50,000 people in 2018, and its revenue is in billions of dollars. The company was founded in 1981, and it imports and exports consumer goods for distribution in Nigeria and 10 other African countries. It recorded a revenue of $3.1 billion during the 2018 financial year.
Aliko Dangote's 7 ultimate advice for every ambitious young person. Aliko Dangote is a Nigerian business magnate, investor, and owner of the Dangote Group, which has interest in commodities in Nigeria, Benin, Ethiopia, Senegal, Cameroon, Ghana, South Africa, and Zambia. According to Forbes magazine, Dangote is ranked as the richest person in Africa and the 100th richest in the world, with an estimated net worth of $10.6 billion. He started Dangote Group as a small organization in 1981, and over time, the organization has distinguished itself as an industry leader in cement, sugar, salt, flour, steel, and recently investing in oil and gas. In today's video, we bring you Aliko Dangote's 7 ultimate advice for ambitious young people. By the way, if you have not subscribed to After School Africa channel, click the subscribe button and stay up to date with inspiring videos like this. Number 4. Do the things you understand. Dangote Group once operated 2 banks in its history. At a point, he and his team had to accept that they were not professionals in banking, so it's in their best interest to quit the business of banking. They then adopted a rule that any business, the top 10 executives in the company cannot wake up at night and explain the process from A to Z, then has no business in that business. These rules influenced their business decision from then on. Around 2017, when crude oil price dropped from about $120 to $30 per barrel and the Nigerian economy went into recession, Dangote cited that because of their deep knowledge of their industry, they were about to double the company's revenue within this period. Warren Buffett, the 3rd richest person in the world, alludes to his advice: only invest in business you understand, then go even further to develop deeper knowledge of the industry. That's how you can stay ahead of the pack. Number 5. Your name is your most valuable asset. If you want to be the next Dangote, you have to make sure you are honest and that you don't destroy your name, because your name is your most valuable asset, says Aliko Dangote. No one wants to employ, do business, or invest in a dishonest person. Never let the lures of short-term gains cause you to dent your image. It pays to be honest. Number 6. Consolidate before you diversify. In the present times, what is relevant today may become obsolete tomorrow. You have to keep up with the trends and industry activities within your space. If you spread your resources too thin in the form of diversifying, you will likely not be able to keep up with the trends. Dangote didn't start out doing every kind of business. He first built a successful importation business in agriculture, became established in it, before diversifying into other businesses. In his words, you cannot just keep diversifying. Sometimes, when you overexpand, it can cause a lot of trouble. You have to consolidate before moving forward. Just like a seed has to break out of the soil before developing leaves and branches, likewise, you have to focus on one thing, get it to work, and then you can leverage the resources you have acquired to diversify to the next thing. Number 7. Tenacity of purpose is supreme. Here is what Aliko Dangote has to say on this. I built a conglomerate and emerged the richest black man in the world in 2008. But it didn't happen overnight. It took me 30 years to get to where I am today. Everything in life takes time and requires a step-by-step process before it is actualized. Just like a child does not wake up as an adult, it is impossible to skip the process of growth. What people call overnight success are usually years of tenacious hard work behind the scene. Here is his closing part of that statement. Youths of today aspire to be like me, but they want to achieve it overnight. It's not going to work. To build a successful business, you must start small and dream big. In the journey of entrepreneurship, tenacity of purpose is supreme. Here is one more takeaway from Aliko Dangote's success secret. I enjoy myself a lot, but I derive more joy in working. I believe in hard work, and one of my business success secrets is hard work. What's one lesson you are taking away? Let us know in the comment section. If you are yet to subscribe to After School Africa channel, this is likely a good time to subscribe. Until next time, your success matters.
Well then, I grade. We need ya, hey, I need some herb in my brain. So bring the medication for my brain to heal the whole of the nation from the pain and break up all the circles and the chains. I need some meditation in my brain. So bring the medication.
Welcome again, brothers and sisters, to another episode of the Black Economic Network channel. The highlight of this episode is that we need an African and Diasporan owned internet, and the main focus is I'm asking for your help and your involvement in this crusade for the African and Diasporan web. In this age of information, this information age, then the internet is so important, and we need to own an internet platform for ourselves. One of the leading inventors of high-speed internet is Dr. Mensah, a Ghanaian engineer who works and does business both in the USA and in Africa. Most of us at present use Facebook and YouTube to spread our message. However, and people in Africa, like Brother Woodmeyer and Miss Trudy and Miss Traveling Sister, to name a few, they can switch to a social media platform on the A&D web when it is planted. There are other people in many countries in the diaspora who are in a similar situation in the Caribbean and in the Americas. But these companies are all owned by people of other races who can cut us off if the message that we are spreading, it is getting too serious and they don't like it, and they can either cut us off completely or selectively. And it is up to us we need to have our own internet information, means of spreading information. And I will just mention that the invention of the printing press was a major thing in the Industrial Revolution that played a major role in the abolition of slavery. Of course, the struggle of African people, African slaves, and their cousins, brothers and sisters and cousins from the other race who supported their fight for freedom. They helped a lot, but the main thing was the struggle of the people, the rebellion and the fighting of the African people. And they got help from their cousins in the other races. And the printing press, the information, starting with just pamphlets, played a major role. Today, information is still important. Even more important, this is the information age. And we need to have our own internet platform. And on that, we can have the social media platforms and websites and so on. We need to have at least one, starting small, like growing a mango tree. We plant the seed and it grows over time, gets bigger and bigger. And that is crucial and so important. The things are moving in that direction, and I just want to mention briefly that I did talk about this in more details, I think, in an earlier episode. I think it was episode 10 of the Black Economic Network, where I introduced the ADDI. I think the ADDI is the most suitable umbrella organization under which we can develop this internet. And it already has a sector to deal with. ADDI already has a sector. ADDI, the Afrikan Diasporan Development Institute, already has a sector that deals with information and technology. And we need to cooperate. Instead of trying to start our own organizations, we cooperate with organizations that are already established and are spreading Pan-Africanism and also the improvement of the African race wherever we are. We need to join these organizations or work with them, cooperate with them instead of trying to form new separate organizations. Drop our egos and individualism and be more cooperative. I will, in future episodes I will go into more details on my suggestions and alternatives about how we can plant and grow this internet and internet owned and operated mainly by Africans and diasporans. I will go into how we can finance it into more details. Honorable Marcus Garvey showed us the way, putting our small contributions together, our limited resources, pooling our limited resources to finance and to build things more. And more recently, President Obama showed us in his campaign for president, of his successful campaign to become the first African president of the United States of America. This small contribution, millions of Africans and their cousins from the other races who supported President Obama put their small contributions together to make him successful as the first African president of the United States.
Let us all unite and celebrate together the victories won for our liberation. Let us dedicate ourselves to rise together to defend our liberty and unity. Oh, sons and daughters of Africa, flesh of the sky and flesh of the sky, let us make Africa the tree of life.
Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your contacts. Thank you.